going to use this short break to read a letter sent to us in support of the rally from Congressman Robert Andrews' office. Congressman Andrews is one of the original co-sponsors of House Resolution 218 regarding organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners currently in the Congress. So, dear friends, I am pleased to recognize today's rally on the west lawn of the Capitol, observing the 14th anniversary of persecution of Falun Gong in China. Widespread detention of Falun Gong practitioners began in 1999 and still persists today. The Chinese government's practice of sending its citizens, particularly those subscribing to a particular faith, to detention facilities or labor camps is deplorable. Freedom to choose and practice one's own faith without fear of retribution is a cornerstone of democratic societies and is paramount to an open and free world. Developed in the late 1980s by the spiritual leader Li Hongzhi, Falun Gong combines ancient Qigong practices with elements of Buddhism, Taoism, and mysticism. The central tenets of this belief are truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. Through performance of physical exercises and refinement of one's xinxing or moral character. This spiritual movement has attracted tens of millions of followers in China and around 100 million members across 70 countries worldwide. In July 1999, at least 70 Falun Gong leaders were picked up in a police sweep in reaction to the government's growing momentum, as shown by a silent protest of about 10,000 adherents outside the communist leadership's compound in Beijing. The targeting and persecution of this religious minority continues in great numbers. It is estimated that China has roughly 340 labor camps, with a capacity to hold about 350,000 inmates. The Human Rights Watch observed that Falun Gong members were consistently the largest group in labor camps and were often singled out for torture and abuse. In January 2007, at the request of the Coalition to investigate the persecution of the Falun Gong in China, David Kilgour, a former Member of Parliament and Secretary of State of Canada, teamed with David Mattis, an immigration, refugee, and international human rights lawyer, to formally investigate allegations of organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners in China. Their study concluded that there has been and continues to be large-scale, involuntary harvesting of vital organs such as kidneys, livers, corneas, and hearts for sale at high prices, including to foreigners who typically face long wait times for voluntary donors in their own countries. The procedure of withdrawing these organs from conscious, non-consenting individuals often results in their death. This month, Congressman Ross Lettman and I initiated House Resolution 281, expressing concern over persistent and credible reports of systematic, state-sanctioned organ harvestings from non-consenting practitioners of conscience in the People's Republic of China, including from large numbers of Falun Gong practitioners imprisoned for their religious beliefs, and members of other religious and ethnic minority groups. It is my sincere hope that this bipartisan legislation brings light to these heinous actions and adds to the international pressure for the People's Republic of China to suspend these extra-legal detentions and grave human rights abuses. Today's rally serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of inaction. 14 years of continued religious persecution must stop now. Sincerely, Robert E. Andrews, Member of Congress.